Welcome to Let's Talk Sport, and we are bringing you the preview of Chelsea versus Spurs in the second leg of the League Cup semi-finals. And, this is a bit more of an interesting clash compared to Burton and Manchester City, isn't it, really? When, the fact that there's only one goal between Chelsea and Spurs, with Harry Kane's penalty, which was a bit controversial at Wembley, wasn't it?
VAR playing its role as always.
Do you think it was a penalty?
I was actually watching it in Tenpin with that penalty incident. I thought it was a pen because he was just about onside.
And I think as well, like when you look at this game, it's at Stamford Bridge where Spurs, it's a strange one because Spurs haven't played that well over the last week. The win against Fulham, and then obviously the defeat to Man United, and with the fact that Harry Kane's not available,
Kane's out injured,
as I mentioned, and the fact that Chelsea are not in good form either after that defeat to Arsenal, and it looks as though they might not believe in their manager now.
Yeah, well, you know what Chelsea players have like. They've got a history of when they're going against stuff, they usually cry to Roma and Abramovich and gives the certain managers a P45. But I can't imagine that being the case. I think it's a really, really tight game, and I think Chelsea might nick it just because of the amount of injuries that Spurs had. I think Ali went off injured on the weekend, and then they got Fernando Llorente up front. Do you see?
Oh God, can you imagine?
But did you see someone edited this Wikipedia page for 2019? But Fulham, 1 appearance, 1 goal after he scored their own goal. Yeah, so you can't really imagine it's going to be a high scoring game. I reckon it will be tight. It'll be very interesting to see what the Chelsea players' reactions are, because I think Sarri has been playing players out of position. It's obviously that he's got no confidence in either strikers. That's why today Morata's gone to Atletico.
Is that a done deal? Because they said on Sport Bible. Sport Bible said it anyway. But apparently, we've just had from our sources here at Let's Talk Sport, that Adoi has rejected Chelsea's offer of a new contract.
Good for him.
Thank you, Joe.
Because he'd be rotting on the bench otherwise.
Yeah.
Like I know. Like you started the first game, but
Bayern Munich's team,
they're only doing it so they given like that carrot of you might get a game in, you might get a game there. But when Bayern's offering you the number 10 shirt, offering you a regular first team minutes, like that's something that he should grasp with both hands.
Possibly a bigger club than Chelsea as well.
Oh yeah. Like they probably won't win the Bundesliga this year, but I'd imagine that they'll be up there challenging their next season, because they're going to have Hudson-Odoi and Alphonso Davies on either wing, so that looks pretty exciting.
I mean, looking at this game again, though, as we talk about the manager of Chelsea, Sarri, how long's he got then? Because I feel as though, is this his problem or is it the players' problems? I mean, it's just the fact that it's happened in the past, hasn't it? Where obviously Mourinho had problems with Chelsea players and he got sacked for it pretty much because of bad results. Antonio Conte, despite winning 2 trophies in 2 seasons with the Premier League and the FA Cup, it didn't end well for him. Is this a real big problem at Chelsea?
I think so. And plus, like, some of his transfer business has not made sense. Like the Jorginho transfer, like obviously he bought him over for Napoli because he knew him well, but he's not adapted well to the Premier League. He's pushed Kante from that deep midfield into more of a box-to-box role, which is obviously Kante looks far more uncomfortable being up and around in the opposition penalty area rather than basically playing that Jorginho role. And some of Sarri's comments, shall we say, throughout the season has been quite scathing of some players. Like he said, don't think Kante's technical enough to play the Jorginho role. Jorginho will always be like my deep line playmaker, which is kind of insulting to probably the best defensive midfielder in the world for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And plus, like, playing Hazard as a false 9 because you've got Giroud the donkey up front, and like obviously Morata's out, gone. They're going to get Higuain on loan, which I think is...
It's not official yet though, is it?
Which is stupid, because apparently they're going to offer him 270 grand a week. He's 31, all right? He's not like he had a blistering start at AC Milan. He's got 7 in 18.
Can't be as bad as Radamel Falcao when he went to United, I guess, from Monaco.
Yeah, true. But like, I think Chelsea's transfer business just I don't know what Sarri wants in his team. Like, obviously Hazard looks like he's pretty much going in the summer. So I don't know what Sarri's doing, seeing, let's see how much I can annoy Eden Hazard by playing him as a 9 when he should be out on the left. But like, if they get Higuain, I reckon it would be enough just about to get them over to top 4. But like, I think they've got to have an obligation to buy him at the end for 30 mil. For 31. Like, I know like Sarri's got the best out of him, but that was like 3 years ago. And probably 3 stone as well, because Higuain looks like he's packed.
And a World Cup finalist when he screwed up those 2 shots against
Messi,
Germany.
Messi must be thinking, we better not
you cost me that World Cup. But okay, we'll go to the final part, the predictions. I must admit, when you look at both teams, they're not at the top at the moment, are they? Some of them are lacking players, some of them are lacking goals. It's so hard. I feel like it could be a draw, but if it's a draw, then it will obviously go towards Spurs, wouldn't it? It's just tricky one. I wouldn't be surprised if this game went to extra time. You know what? I'm going to say extra time and penalties, and I think Chelsea will just do it.
I think it will be Spurs will win it. I reckon it'll be 1-1 on the night.
And then in 90 minutes or
90 minutes. I reckon it'll be 1-1. I just can't see where the goals are going to come from. I reckon it will either be an Eden Hazard masterclass. It depends what type of reaction he gets out of the players. If he gets a positive one, then I reckon they could turn up. But if not, I reckon Fernando Llorente will score at the end.
Who knows? Anyway, that's our thoughts. What are your thoughts? Remember to predict your scoreline predictions at the bottom on the comments below on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you for watching.